This week on Hooked, Big Tony takes the show on the road. Hey guys, we're going to welcome Tony to the show. Good to have you, man.
Oh, thanks for having me here today.
So the story with Tony is, Tony was a customer. He was our local beer delivery guy, and he started coming in looking at kayaks and kind of checking things out. And he has a very cool story that we wanted to tell here and kind of follow him as he goes. And Tony, tell us a little bit about what's going on with you as far as your travels and what you're going to do, and then we'll get into your kayaks and things after that.
Yeah, so my wife got an opportunity to work with DODEA, which is the school system for the military, and basically just got it so our first station would be in Okinawa, Japan. So we'll be heading to Japan in a day.
Oh, man, very cool. So we've talked a little bit about liquidation.
Yeah. Literally in 3 weeks, we found out that we were going, and we got rid of house, cars, every belonging we have, except the clothes on our backs, and what we could fit in 9 bags of luggage for us and our little daughter.
How's that been? How's that roller coaster ride been?
It's been rough. This last week has been a whirlwind with closing and getting travel orders. Like, they send you several different times, different stuff, and basically we just got our final destination and all of our exact times and dates and stuff like that. And so yeah, it's been rough to say the least.
Well, very cool. Have you done a lot of research on Okinawa?
I have. It's a totally different learning curve. It's going to be a lot different than our culture. The culture there is really rich and thick, and they really expect everybody who visits them to respect the culture a lot more than kind of like we do here,
Yeah. Well, so you originally started coming in and were just kind of browsing stuff, trying to figure it out. You kind of had an idea of what you wanted or what you were looking to do. Tell us a little bit about like your fishing experience here in the States and kind of what you've done and just the average fishing story.
I mean, I've definitely just fished. I do a lot of crappie fishing, a little bass fishing. I just like to catch more than I like to fish, I think, and which probably everybody likes to do.
Yeah.
But I've been fishing freshwater since I was 5 years old, and so this whole moving thing is going to be a huge difference because it's all salt water, and so yeah, I'm looking to get into that and kind of explore the Okinawa waters with it.
It's been really cool because you've come in here quite a bit. Before actually making a purchase. And
I love my research.
You did, and you came in with questions and concerns and all that. And what was that like going through that whole process, trying to figure out what you need?
So to be honest, like all the questions I had, they really just brought me more questions, and that's why when I came in here, it was like just diarrhea of the mouth. I just kind of wanted to ask, and see what you guys thought, kind of piggyback off of you guys, because obviously I've never done the saltwater kayaking, but I've done kayaking. We've owned kayaks and we kayak all the time here, and you guys have just been, phenomenal. I felt so bad every time I'd come in. I got a bunch of questions. You guys are always busy, and you guys always made time and worked with me and answered any questions I had, and made me feel like more knowledgeable than when I came in. And you guys really set me up for success with that, for sure.
Well, that's awesome, and we really appreciate it too, because there's not a time that you didn't leave that we were like, that's so cool. I mean, because now all of a sudden we're researching.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure it out because, what's the best kayak for the Niagara River or Lake of the Ozarks? We get that a lot.
Yeah.
We get that a lot. Anything around here. So it's been really cool to be able to actually expand on what we do and try to go over some of the stuff that you're going to deal with.
Yeah, and that was been the best thing, I think, because every time I came in with a new question, you guys actually had like an answer for that question even before I had the question, and it made it just seamless because you can get so many. It's the World Wide Web. You can get so many different answers, and none of them pertain to really what you're trying to do. Yeah. And that's what I loved about the whole process from start to finish. It was just very easy, and you guys you explained everything when I had all the questions of, well, what does that do now? How is this going to affect it if I'm over here doing this? And it just was a pleasure. this whole process, this has been the easiest of it all, which was crazy.
Well, and Tony's been good because if you would have come in one time with all of that, we'd have struggled.
Yeah.
But how you could come in and say, okay, this is what I'm thinking now, and then leave, and then it gave us some time to think about, different things that you were going to be doing, and then you come back in and you were in 4 or 5 times, and it was nice because every time we got to talk a little bit more and figure out a little bit more about where you're going to be, and things that we don't really think about here so much, like how to haul it, how to get where you're going to go. It's easy here. You jump in your F-350 dually, whatever.
Yeah.
There ain't going to be a lot of those over there. So, the way you're going to do things is going to be different.
It's going to be way different. We've been looking at vehicles, and they're not. So here it's so custom. We're all accustomed to just throwing a trail hitch on and going. There it's not that way, and there's not pickups, and it's gonna be way different. So we've been trying to do our research and see what we can find there, but it may be a tiny little Toyota or Nissan throwing your kayaks on top of that. But we're definitely stoked and ready for that. That's the least of my worries, is getting out there. I'll carry it if I have to.
I'm really interested in first of all, share what kayaks you guys ended up going with, but I'm really interested in where you started and what you were initially looking at compared to what you're going to get into now.
So when I first started thinking about it, I was looking more in the sit-in kayaks. Just because of the waves in the ocean, and not knowing how big they would be out there. And I wanted to, I don't know if it was just a fear or inexperience, but I was worried that maybe it was going to be too top heavy. I'm a big guy, being out on the, on 4 or 5 foot swells the whole day. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then as we came here and we started talking about, the big water and how, buoyant it is and how I'm going to be able to traverse that water, I felt way more comfortable because I think I'd be less comfortable in a sit-in kayak with my butt under the water versus sitting on top of it for sure.
Yeah, so you ended up going with a big water 132.
Yep.
And then what did we end up getting your wife?
Sportsman 120.
Yep.
So I think both of those are going to be solid kayaks for ocean fishing, and I really can't wait to hear how they perform. I mean, we can talk about Lake of the Ozark, getting busy and all that, but ocean's completely different. But I'm excited to hear how that goes for you.
It is. It's I'm stoked. The island of Okinawa is really small in comparison to anything we're used to. About from here, Jeff City is the length of it. And then surrounding it is 165 little islands. And so we needed something that definitely was easy to jump in and out of and traverse those different islands and stuff like that. And so I think that's the best choice I could have made, honestly. I'm just stoked to get it out there and really find out for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And also got both are PDLs.
Yep.
So the pedals are going to make it really nice, comfortable. Your legs are bigger muscles than your arms. So, you guys can actually really travel, really, really get across some water with those things. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
So how did you find out about Eco Fishing Shop? Was it just kind of you drove it by one day and came in and checked it out, or how'd that come about?
Yeah, so I actually been following you guys for a long time. This is something that's been a dream and a passion of mine. The outdoors we love. My wife and I, we kind of had our whole relationship. We've done something outdoors all the time. And Mason Brock is one of your
pro staffers,
and basically I follow him and I see his adventures and stuff like that. And then I was like, well, hell, I'm just gonna stop in one day, and that's kind of really how it came about. Didn't know too much. Was a little intimidated because there's in this kind of a realm of activities, you get a lot of snooty, kind of rude people, especially when I'm a novice fisher. I'm not looking to, be a professional at Lake of the Ozarks, especially. So it was really different. I was really anxious and scared, but when I walked in, you guys were just like, chill. You made it so simple.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other really way. It was very calming and relaxing talking to you guys and getting to get to know you guys.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'll be honest. I mean, I've done this I've done stuff like this for years, and, I rock climbed, and you go into some of those places, you go into some of the bike places, and I mean, they're just snoods, you know.
Yeah.
And you guys made it really, really, really nice and put us at ease. My wife too, she has a lot of questions, and you guys made it super easy for her too.
We're excited to follow you guys and actually kind of see how you guys do with your kayaks. You guys they really did it right. I mean, you guys did. You got, with your research and with our help, you really ended up with the kayaks that are going to fit your needs, but then also took care of the, all the other accessories and made sure that you guys had the right things. And I think that as far as what you're doing, you're on the right track. I mean, I think it's going to be fun, and we're going to have a really good time sitting in the middle of Missouri following your travels. It's going to be fun.
Oh, well, I'm excited to get out there and show you what these things can really do. I mean, I'm just stupid enough to do some dumb things, and we'll get to see them all on the way. So I'm excited to share.
We'll
that
have to put a tracker on you and see if a marlin starts pulling you out. Remember, you can cut line.
I watched a video. A guy went out 15 miles offshore, and I hope that's not the case.
Yeah, we'll be getting a call. We'll be UPS in a motor.
Yep, I got air tags. I got the Apple air tags for the kayaks. So
there you go.
Hopefully they'll find me out there.
So we talk about especially for us, we prefer people to come into the shop.
Yeah.
Prefer people to come in and touch them, feel them. I think we did everything for you except took them out on the water.
Yeah.
But my thought is you would recommend people going to their local dealers as well.
Well, I mean, just the kind of story that I shared with you guys about. This happened so fast and it was so quick, and I had so many different things. And once we found out our actual day, it was like game time, and I had to come in and buy them. And so I went online and was trying to look, and I refused to buy online. I want to buy from you guys. You guys are the ones that put the time in. I mean, countless hours I've been in here where you guys have answered all my questions. I think buying local, especially from you guys, is the way to go. Anybody who's unsure about it, they need to just walk in the door and just talk to you guys, because it has been seamless and an amazing adventure just getting to meet you guys and go through this whole process with you guys.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited. What's really cool too as well is we got your kayaks, we got them ordered, we got everything together, but we're actually going to ship them out to your parents' home, correct?
Yeah. So my in-laws' house in Arizona, you guys are shipping everything, wrapping it up, shipping it there so it can be shipped over to us in Japan. Which I think if anybody who's looking in the market, you don't have to just go with somebody where you're at. Like you have to come here to a place that's going to take care of you guys like that, because I mean, anywhere else you look, if you look online, they're not willing to do that. And if they do, it's going to come in 50 million boxes, and it's not going to be set up the way you want. You guys guaranteed everything. You guys are making sure it gets there and keeping in contact with during the whole thing. That's probably the safest feeling when you spend your hard-earned money on something like that. You don't want it just I'm going to sit in Japan and wait for it to come, I guess, that's not a good feeling. So this has made it so seamless and easy. I mean, what a no-brainer. You guys are going to tell me everything that I need to know.
Well, as a disclaimer for Jared and Caleb, I would like to say, to make it clear, we do not ship to Japan. We are shipping to Arizona. No, you're good. I'm just, we're shipping to Arizona, and then their shipping company is shipping to Japan.
Yes.
We go a lot of places.
Yeah.
Okinawa, we do not.
You want me to redo that one?
No, you're good. No, we're good. I
can talk about that if you like.
Yeah, so, go ahead.
The way this all has worked is we have a pack-out date. The pack-out date and our closing date for our house is 6 weeks after. There's nobody in our contract that can do it from here, so we have to send it to our next closest relative that is in our contract, which is my father-in-law, and they're in Arizona. So you guys are shipping in the U.S. to Arizona, and then the military is going to be shipping it from Arizona to Okinawa. So
very cool. No,
explains that.
Well, and another deal is, they also got a couple of Quiet Cat mountain bikes, which I think those would be a ton of fun over there.
I agree. I think that's going to be probably the best thing. I don't plan on having a car for a long time, so that's going to be my grocery getter. I got the trailer with it, so I can get groceries, put my daughter on the back of it, and we can just kind of tool around the island. They're very eco-friendly over there and very conscious of that. So I think that would be a great addition to definitely Okinawa, because a lot of the brands I've researched, and I did so much research on that too. I wanted somebody who was going to back those bikes, and you can't find that in any of those other companies online, and that would ship out that. And so literally this has been the most seamless thing, because you guys, it's like a one-stop shop. I don't have to worry about anything. I know when I call you, you're going to answer the phone. It may be at night for you, which is going to suck, but I know we'll get taken care of, which is really nice.
Well, we're excited to get the calls and really excited to follow you. Tony's going to do some filming when he gets over there and feed us some content to be able to show you guys kind of what he's doing. He'll be running that eco fishing shop stickered, boat all over the place, and it's going to be really cool to kind of see where you're at and what you're doing. And we wish you nothing but the best. Great family. Your wife and you are both great people. One of the cutest little girls I've ever seen in my life.
That's something we didn't talk about. She's gonna be my fishing partner, and that's why I really chose the big water when we were kind of doing that research. So she can sit in my lap, sit right between me, and we can still get around. And she loves being on the kayak. That's like her favorite thing to do. So she's stoked, and she doesn't even know what's going to happen yet.
Yeah, you're going to be out daily.
What kind of fishing are you looking forward to? Is there, because right here for us, it's like bass and crappie and stuff like that. Yeah. Is there something you're going to try and target? Are you just going to go out and fish?
So there's something about a mahi that just gives me like that little tingling sensation, and just the colors and the sheer size of it.
The taste doesn't hurt.
The taste definitely is not bad. And so that's one thing I'm really eager to get out there and start hitting hard. That's very much one of their biggest fish that they catch out there. It's like our crappie here or bass, and I'm stoked to get out there and hit those.
Have you started doing research on how to catch them and whatnot? Is it similar to some of the fish here?
Yeah, so it's basically, I'm looking at the lures and stuff on the table, and they got some wild, big jigs there. Just that's all going to be a learning experience. I may go out there and do a lot of practice before I do any catching, because I don't think I'm prepared for that.
Well, that's really interesting. It'd be cool to see, talk to those people, those guys that are fishing, and who knows, maybe you'll run into a couple guys with some Old Towns as well, and find some fishing buds and get some pointers from them.
I'm going to start a group up there. So it's huge. The kayaking scene is huge up there, and I'm definitely going to start up a Old Town fishing group where we can get out there and get together and go out there.
That's awesome.
I'd like to start something on the forum too, where we can kind of track you and you can get on the forum on Hooked and kind of just let everybody know what you're doing.
Yeah.
How your day was, what you caught something or you didn't catch something, you learned this, or you learned that. I just switched to a new boat. I went out this last weekend and I told Johnathan, I caught a few fish, but I totally rearranged my boat from the time when I put it in the water to the time I got out of the water. I changed everything. And that's the kind of the fun of it too, is to get out there and say, this is what I want, this is what I need. And then that all changes by the time you're done, and just making it really, really suitable to what you're doing. And that was kind of the hardest thing for me and Johnathan was we aren't really familiar with what you're going to be doing, but we knew what boat would be perfect for what you needed.
Oh yeah, the boat that I got is going to be amazing. I just can't wait to get up there and be able to move around and not feel like I'm going to tip over. That's my most exciting part, honestly. Or my daughter reaching over the edge and not tipping us. So.
No, it was really cool. We took a family out a while back on a demo, and they took out an unlimited, which the stability is probably just as good, as that one. And those kids were up on the front, and they were, had their hands in the water, just monkeying around, walking around like it was no big deal. And it'll be really interesting to see you and your daughter out there taking on some of those bigger waves, because I'm sure that boat's so stable, and I've been in. It's amazing how stable it is compared to some of the other sportsmen as well. But it'd be cool to see her running around that thing.
Oh yeah, she'll put it to the test. She's a little daredevil. She'll do it.
Well, and Old Town makes a great product, and that boat is really built for what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of times when a customer comes in, we can kind of pick and choose different things. But when you're doing something as specific as what you're doing, we we can't be wrong. Yeah. We've got to hit it for you the first time, because it's not like you can say, I don't think I like it, and send it back from Okinawa. No. So, we really wanted to make sure you're on the right boat. We've seen a lot of people in those boats in the ocean. The thing can cut water like mad. I think it's going to be really good for you.
I do too.
And the 120 great. As well, the Sportsman 120. I'm basically in the same boat.
Yeah.
I love it. I think your wife's going to absolutely love that one. So
she's so excited. That's all she's talking about.
Well, and we appreciate her just as Americans for going over there, and I know you're going over there for a job, but the fact that she's going over there to teach, on an Army base, I mean that's just very cool.
Oh, it is. I mean, utmost respect for her, and I give all of our service members so much credit after going through this process. And I don't have the job to go to like they do. And you really have to thank them, because it's a hell of an ordeal.
Yeah. Well, and I tell you what, we talked about it a lot. A lot of us move from Kansas to Missouri. I did when I was younger, or different state to state. But I really envy you, and your adventure is awesome. And I think that a lot of people are scared to make that leap. Yeah. And the fact that you guys are doing it is just awesome. And we're excited for you and your family.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, we're excited too, man. A lot nervous, but we're pretty excited.
So how long before you are kind of settled and set up there?
That's a difficult answer. We get there and we'll be there Friday. It'll be your Saturday, our Friday, or it'll be our Saturday, your Friday, and we're going to be in a hotel for about roughly anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months until we can get all of our goods shipped, and then we can find a place. So settling, we're probably looking at around 3 months.
When do you leave here? When do you leave the States?
So we leave the States in 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah. Tomorrow we fly, or tomorrow we go to St. Louis, then we fly out from St. Louis to O'Hare to Tokyo, and Tokyo to Okinawa. So it's all and they're all right after each other.
That is awesome.
Fast and Furious, huh?
Man, yeah, it's getting real when I talk about it.
Yeah. Well, we will put some stuff on the forum so we can kind of follow you there. We'll also get some information, and we'll put it on there where people can kind of follow you if they want.
Oh, yeah.
And Tony, I know personally, I will say that it's been a pleasure dealing with you and your wife and your daughter, just great people. We wish you nothing but the best, and we appreciate you buying from us, but even more, we appreciate your friendship.
Hey, me too, buddy. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, buddy.
Guys, that's all we got. Tony, good luck, man. Appreciate it. Glad you're being a part of the Eco Fishing team.
I'm excited.